We are doing a coffee table discussion, but coffee is missing somewhere. Thanks, Aiso, Nipa, for joining us today for a discussion. We all know around us that world is changing, and the way people live and work, that has also changed. And as a result, if you look at all businesses are transforming, and the business, while we are speaking, some of the business has already transformed, and some of the business are under getting the transformation towards the digital. And I believe that the pandemic which has happened, which was very unfortunate part of the world, has accelerated this digital transformation journey for every business. And as a result, the IT role in every organization become critical. And what customers are now doing is the way they were consuming IT has changed. Their IT landscapes have already been changed. And what do you think that .CAD, we are also transforming ourselves, and how do we actually help them, help customers to migrate or transform their journey towards the digital? If you have any view on that, let us have a discussion around it.
So Pranav, you and I are actively engaged in the day-to-day running of .CAD. And the kind of changes that we are experiencing since the last 1 year, especially because of the pandemic, as you mentioned, we are acutely aware of the way businesses are moving and leveraging more and more of IT. You rightly mentioned that they are consuming services and applications differently than they used to. And the wave of digital transformation that we were hearing about globally has taken place while we all were working from home. So whether it is work from anywhere, whether it is automation of processes, whether it is consumption of data, availability of applications, etc., everything has undergone a change and fast. The challenge that you and I are facing is that we need to be responsive to this demand, and that is something that we are trying to address. And I think that's a role where HR, and Nipa is with us, plays a key part in ensuring that our teams are optimal, they are skilled and trained, and that when we go and address these challenges in the market, we have a team that can continue to hold the brand and the value and the experience that we have delivered to our customers in the past 33 years. So while you and I will continue to identify areas of investment, the only way it can succeed is A, we have a strong strategy in place, and B, Nipa provides us the right mix of people and skills.
So I completely agree with you, Saiso. See, if you look at during the pandemic, we got a lot of time, and we see the opportunity also in the market, because customers wanted a business continuity. Whether it is a pandemic or whether it is a disaster or anything which has happened to that, but business should run. And as a result, based on our expertise and experience which we carry, we helped our customers to run their business even when there was a pandemic kind of a situation. The world is hybrid now from IT perspective. Customers now looking, some of the workloads needs to be run on premises, some of the workload needs to be run off premises, and they need expertise and help from us to come and manage it for them. At the same time, what I see in the market is that the customers now really see that they wanted to conserve the cash for their business, and at the same time they want to use IT as a service on a as and when a pay as you grow model. There also we add a lot of value. We work with lot of customers and solve their problems to focus them onto their business and let IT become headache of us. So I agree with you, and as you rightly said, that our HR strategy is also aligning with that, and Nipa is playing a very important role there to get the relevant talent out of the market who can actually help customers to to travel their journey seamlessly from a digital perspective. So, Nipa, any view on this?
What we look in a candidate
Yes.
is sincerity, self-learner, and positive.
Are you looking for people with certain skills?
Yeah,
It's not
education,
a
education and skills are very important part. Apart from that, we are looking for people who are self-learner and positive and
I think you
Yeah,
have to
yeah.
prepare for a period where the demand for skills and people, other than those in your existing team, is going to be rapid. You will have to move fast,
yeah.
and I think you will have to give us the kind of resources we require. And if we can't find the resources, then you will have to put programs in place for skill augmentation, and they will have to be done at a very rapid pace for the simple reason that the whole market is transforming at a much faster pace. So that's what you're going to face. And do you think you're geared up to?
Yeah, I am very much geared up to that, and we are working towards that goal also. So I hope from the market we will get a good resources, and definitely that will help our company to.
Does that ease you out a bit?
Yeah, so as a demand from our customers are currently looking us as a managing their overall IT. They want us to take the entire headache of IT from their heads to our head. It is very important for us to bring a good talent into the organization, and we can be, which we did. I think a little bit you are on a right track, because customers are now actually putting their IT on to manage it, to maintain it, and secure it, and they are looking a trusted advisor or a trusted system integrator like us, and obviously quality needs there. So yes, sir, it will definitely ease the customer's life.
So Nipa, on 18th March, you were suddenly faced with the problem of having to shut down the office, and that is because of one of the very early COVID cases in Ahmedabad in our office, and we went into a lockdown, and I was myself locked down from the 18th. The country locked down from the 23rd, and the office dispersed, and people started moving to their home, and you yourself were stuck in Mumbai, and you couldn't come back for many months. But during this period, I think you held the team together, and they were all in touch with you. You want to tell us how you got us through this 5-6 very difficult months till we started sort of coming together in September, October?
Yeah, we started with okay, fine. We started with work from home, so we wanted people to be productive about while working from home. So we tell the employees, all the employees, to start empowering yourself with the additional training part, whichever they require and all that. And all the staff have already, they've done tremendous amount of training and all that, and it is good for beneficial for company also. After that, continue up maybe 4-5 months. During August, we started with the few people in the office, accounts and 1 or 2 sales guys and that. And slowly we started calling other people's service team and all that gradually. And we were maintaining a social distance, maintaining hygiene and everything. And it was good, we can manage.
So any particular challenges that Pranav reached out to you for, which you thought you had to manage with respect to our team?
No, not as such.
I know, sir, one such incident where our customers were demanding services because they are part of essentials.
Correct.
And I was requesting HR and NIPA that my support services should be on. And I just wanted to know that how did you actually motivate them to provide support 24/7 to those essential customers. That was something customers has really appreciated during this pandemic. Even if it is a lockdown, your support staff was a phenomenal job with that.
And we tried to tell them that try to maintain social distances wherever you go, at customer's place, and always wash your hands every 5 minutes. Try to do that, and they were like, okay, I mean, they were ready to go to customer's place and do their part very efficiently.
Any other challenges you felt? Did people reach out to you during this period with their personal issues, anything that they did?
Yeah, people had come to me for personal issues like financial issues. I mean, they wanted some PF loan or something like that. So definitely I helped them in that also, what is required and what needs to be done and all that.
So Pranav, what was your mandate to NIBA on managing the teams and managing the costs? Were you apprehensive at the beginning of the lockdown?
Yeah, so it was a very bad period for all of us. We don't know what is going to happen going forward, and we internally discussed along with NIPA that the team who actually worked with us for many years, they were very loyal to us, and rightly with your all help, we have ensured that there will be no financial impact on those people, though we were operating at the 100% cost.
Sure.
And at the same time, there was no incoming revenue stream was there, and which I believe a team has appreciated well. They get motivated that in spite of business is not coming in, the company is actually take care of our financial, and they ramped up like anything. Accounts, the support team, all the sales member working from home. Support jobs was phenomenal. They went day and night into the field, solve the customers' problems, and they also reciprocated, which I feel which was the very great thing to happen in any organization.
Correct.
So you think you want to recognize individual effort going forward?
I think we should do.
You should do that.
We should do that.
Why don't you institutionalize that? Plan something.
Yeah,
Recognize.
yes, we can definitely do that.
So Pranav, you had some fairly challenging situations, interesting situations, reactive situations, some situations where you proactively took some actions in the last 8 to 10 months during the pandemic. And the pandemic came down upon us almost suddenly, right?
Right.
One day we were operational, and that evening we were out of our offices and locked out. You want to tell us something about what all you went through?
So, yeah, sir, it was very interesting and exciting period for us because something which has happened, which has actually stopped everything the way it used to happen. And as I discussed earlier, that business should run, and every management of every business is asking that the show must go on. It should not stop. So interestingly, sir, all IT department of our customers reached out to us saying that how do we actually make this happen? How do we make our employees productive even if they are working from home? What kind of solution which you can bring onto the table? And how fast? That was the main challenge because everything was stopped and we need to do something about which can actually run their business going. As I said, the team has supported us well, our support team. We implemented a solution with all our customers who are part of Essentials, which is work from home solution with ensuring that data is secured. An application they are getting delivered to any device and from anywhere. So users are able to access the applications on the fly from any device without any security impact. That was something which we have implemented so fast at the customer place that some of that customers have actually given us the appreciation also.
I received a call from a very senior CIO wanting us to help them with their work from home initiative. And surprisingly, 24 hours later, I got a call from him thanking me.
Yeah.
And I was locked out.
Yes.
And I didn't know what had happened.
Yeah, correct.
And I think you did some magic there.
Yeah, correct.
And I think that continues for a lot of our account. Can you tell us what happened?
So there was some infrastructure was required at that point in time. Customer was not able to place the purchase order on us for that particular task. But since looking at the relationship which we had with them, we work with our technology partner who were there with us to deliver the such solution. They also helped and give us some trial period so that they will get some breathing time in between so that they can work can start and they can get their business going. In 24 hours, we have implemented the entire thing at customer premises, did the testing with the various users, and next day morning, all the users were starting working from home securely to their devices. So that was something which customer was also amazed. And I know the conversation with the customer that it is too good to be true. We still not able to digest that you people actually did that, which was very exciting.
So congratulations
Thank
to you and the team, NEPA, for pulling this off. And I still get rave reviews from that organization. They're very, very grateful for what we did. But now, at the other end of the pandemic, and we're seeing possibly the light at the end of the tunnel, the whole concern is now moving back to work from office or work from anywhere. And business is going to go back as usual. So are there any particular challenges or opportunities which you intend to address when people start coming back from home to office?
Yeah, so one thing which customers have now realized that this is COVID-19, so maybe tomorrow COVID-20 may come, or 30 can, or 40, or anything can come. Their IT should be ready to cope up with such kind of disaster which is happening. And what they realize is that while sending a data to the user, data become very critical for them. They have to ensure that while they are accessing the application and the data remotely, it should be secure, whether they are working from home or whether they are working from the office. Data which is something which should be available on the fly at will from any location. So that kind of standard operating procedures and the needs which they are now implementing in their premises, whether it is working from home or whether it is working from office, that actually nothing actually matters. What matters is that the app and data should be available on the fly from anywhere, so that if this kind of situation happen, they should be able to work. And some of the things which they also realize based with respect to network infrastructure which they have a security infrastructure which they have. The person who is entering into the network from outside or maybe from the inside, there has to be some checks and balance within that network, that whether it is an authorized user or not, whether is he doing any kind of malicious activity or not, because users connecting from the internet, it is a new normal. Users has to connect to the network from the internet, and the challenge for IT is that how they actually make that happen without any security feature. So that's where they are talking to us. How do they actually secure the network? How do they actually make that happen with the help of us? And that's where we are having a discussion with them. We are doing a consulting with them, and we help them to build a strong, secure, reliable networks.
To highlight some of the initiatives that you're taking to take the company and make sure that it is relevant for the next phase of IT investments. And you're coming from a very rich history and experience of handling infrastructure on premises, especially infrastructures that are catering to compute, storage, and networking. And we are seeing the changes happening. Workloads are moving, methods of consumption are changing, expectations of customers are changing. Businesses are looking at IT as enablers of business, and that whole scenario is very, very dynamic. Can you give us some insights as to how do you see this going forward, and how is .CAD uniquely positioned to address it?
So one thing, sir, which I am very sure that going forward, the IT landscape at the customer place will be hybrid. It will not remain on premises and it will not be on the cloud. Uh, and what I see from that perspective is that a .CAT should have a capabilities to deliver solutions which can deliver on-premises infrastructure as well as the off-premises workloads on the cloud and manage everything together from a single pane of glass. That is what customers are looking for because they need a flexibility, they need elasticity, the scalability, as well as the reliability of the infrastructure with there, and uptime, which is very important for them. So going forward, the focus will be on that part, that how do we actually help customers to implement that hybrid landscape in their devices. When we talk about the consumption of that particular resources, as I mentioned earlier, that all customers going forward are going to invest their money into their business. The IT they wanted to consume as a service, whether it is on premises or in the cloud or maybe hybrid. We should be ready, and that is the plan for immediate next year, next couple of years for a .CAT, that we should be able to deliver with the help of our technology partner solutions which can actually help customers to consume their IT solutions on premises or off premises and pay as you grow model. So that is something which I am thinking from next couple of years will be our journey with me.
And how are you intending to prepare to meet these challenges?
So 90% we are ready, sir. It's not that because we already envisaged this particular things couple of years ago that this is going to happen in the future, and now is the time where this happen, and we are ready for that. We have a team in place who understand cloud workloads. We have a team in place who understand network and security. We have a team in place who are very experienced on infrastructure solutions. It's just that we need to help customers bring everything together and help customer to migrate their workloads, whether it is a good candidate for on-premises or maybe onto the cloud, and make that a very elastic environment so that they can consume as a service. That is what I feel that we are currently there.
So Pranav, thanks for giving us an overview of where you think the world of technology and consumption is going. You want to explain, you want us to look, or you want to highlight some of the technology pieces and how you're uniquely enabled to address them.
The IT landscape at customer place in future, there will be edge where most of the work is going on, and there will be a data center or the cloud where all the analysis or analytic and the crunching of the data is happening. With the 5G comes in, the problem and the limitation which is currently there between edge to cloud is going to be it will not be there.
Yeah.
So what is happening right now is that the data is going to generate at the edge. There will be a devices available on the edge where the data is generating. There will be a microservices which are going to run on top of it. There will be some industry standard hypervisors will be there on top of it, and they will send the data, the meaningful data, to the cloud or to the data centers where the customers has all the compute which are available. And there the customers are using the infrastructures which is server, storage, choice of their hypervisors. Lot of applications are going to be there which actually do the analysis of that particular data and refetch all the information to the edge to take the right decision at that point in time. So that is where I feel that the the going forward, and the entire thing edge to cloud, customer will and wanted to consume as a service and pay as you use model. So you will be seeing in future that we deliver a solutions to the customer from edge to cloud as a service. That is very interesting, and we will definitely getting there. And we will help customers to transform their digital journey, and we will also getting them there. So that is my view on this particular.
So I'm glad you captured this. I think the journey is going to be something which we will have to make with our customers. Our tagline says that we are committed to getting them there.